working on a sort of an investigative documentary project. Where did you think babies came from? When you first had this idea that there were babies, where did you think they came from?
I used to think, well, don't laugh, but I used to think babies were like little cakes. I thought that these little cakes were in an oven, and there was a big oven, and when you're a little baby, you're born into like a little pan, and in there, it would just come out of an oven.
The earliest thing that I remember involving my sister was when she was really little, and we were all sitting around the dinner table or breakfast table or whatever, eating breakfast, and my sister, being a baby, started, just yelling and screaming. I turned to my mom and I said, if she keeps doing this, we're just gonna have to throw her out the window and get rid of her. I don't want any more of this. I'm tired of it. And, if she explained it, I probably wouldn't have said that.
I knew that babies came from my mom's stomach because I was 5 years old when my little sister was born. I just sort of assumed it was something that my parents decided to do, and they made the decision, and then my mom was pregnant. And it was just sort of like the decision that you make when you're maybe eating dinner. You decide to eat extra dinner and then a baby could grow.
So I asked my mom, where did babies come from? And my mom's response was, when two people love each other very much, they make a baby. And that, I don't know how old I was, but that worked for quite some time.
I really had any idea or thought about where babies came from. I know that I didn't really know, but I think it was in 3rd grade. There was a girl I liked, and we went down into the basement, and we had a kiss. And this was like a great thing for us, but then we decided that we couldn't have any more kisses because we knew that however many babies you were going to have depended on how many times you kissed. And we only wanted one baby because we didn't know if we could even handle that. So we only kissed once.
Right, or babies came from this thing that happened when people were naked in bed.
Yes, I understood that. And I also thought that they just sort of connected to each other naked, and something would happen.
Did your mom ever say anything to you growing up about where babies came from?
I don't think so. I think that my parents never really discussed it with me until I had already learned it through my friends.
My parents used to let me watch rated R movies with them, but then covered my eyes whenever there was a sex scene. So I felt like that kind of set the tone for the fact that it was something that I was aware of and knew like the arousal and intrigue of it. But it was also because I had to leave the room where my eyes were covered that I knew that it was a topic that was kind of off limits.
No, my parents are very conservative and still don't talk to me about sex.
Your parents never talked to you about sex?
Nope. Parents did not say anything about sex, and my mom didn't give me any books. I think it's because she thought that was going to make me have sex. She didn't want that.
We learned about condoms when we were like 11 or 12, though, for sure.
It was not until the first sex education class, which I think was in 5th grade, was when it really they drove everything home to us and explained to us the importance of precaution and using condoms, and they actually showed us like how to use them and what to do, and it was it was quite informative for a kid who really thought that however many times you kissed was how many babies you were going to have.
Fun of it, learned a lot about what actually went into all of those things. Held twice, at different schools and like.
Now, Kitty, I have a question for you. When was it that you first learned about sex? Yeah? And what did they tell you? Oh yeah? Anything else?